You ain't tryna get money, can't hang with you. You ain't tryna get money, can't hang with me. This shit, I smoke 6,000 a piece. Glock ran it up, so they countin' on me. My fashion killer, put a nigga on the T. My diamonds fighting wicked mean in the street. Broke on go, almost forgot his ski. Told him slow down. Play with glizzards, I just gon' go down. Hold up, let me switch up the flow now. Got a tall, thick bitch getting toe down. Had to reload the clip she want.
Alright, you guys. Motherfucking market update. Yes. Exactly how I thought the market was gonna close. So I'm gonna close my minimize view. Bring you over here. I'm gonna shut down something that so I'm gonna find yesterday's video. Yesterday. No, it was the morning. Give me some time, people. Get all-time high right here. So this is where you want to maintain for the Fed open. Before the technically today, but close up on it's gonna close tomorrow Friday at 3 p.m. So tomorrow we close out here. Monday, if we get some sort of bad data, that'll be clean. That way it'll close right here. Complete a 3 candle box. Bullshit, go up, but complete it. And what's $1 and continue going up. And then and so forth. Yeah, it makes a lot of noise. She got it done. She got it done. Yeah, she got it done. Right. Warning is the NASDAQ is closing right below when the Fed opened. Another your own fucking no fucking use. Well, never mind. I need a fucking better mic, yo. Damn, I need a better mic. Testing. So let's go with the market, you guys. So this was the reason why in my other video, on the one I did this morning, why I didn't think the market was gonna proceed to break them down, breaking this monthly area here. It was gonna be, if we did come, it's gonna be a strong support area. And if we did, it would just act like a support, because the data has to be. So when I said it was dropping, so your 8 o'clock end up closing in here. I then told you guys that in this box right here, it was gonna be like a cushion, and we were gonna maintain inside of here, either closing the day here, or we were gonna try and break it up here again. And all that's doing is just the dumb fucks that wait on us fucking sell right here, and we're holding the whole time, and whether it be expiration ending for today or for today is dumb, and even next week, because I believe this next week data is gonna be very volatile too. Seeing how we have um data on Friday, on Wednesday and Friday, and a lot of the data is very important. So here's what ChatGPT came up with. Overall, the market is slightly supportive, but not committed. Yeah, you could tell the market. The market is not happy. The market is not really excited. And even the S&P, the Nasdaq, when the Nasdaq was telling me when it rejected right here in this area. Last week, the S&P did all-time high, so the Nasdaq should at least been somewhere up here. The fact that it closed in the same area price that it's been rejecting for the last 3 weeks was very alarming to me. And then from there, that's when we opened on Monday, brought on down. I was like, okay, yeah, we're gonna start going down from here. Especially if Tuesday data is not really what we're looking forward to. And it wasn't. And then here comes Wednesday. And I was like, yeah, here we go. We're gonna go on down from here. Then I saw what data we had next week. I was like, okay, if we do go down, when this is gonna be our break zone right here. You're gonna see gold, silver, consolidate, create support in that region. So right there. Right here. And depending on what data we get, if we get data that pushes the Fed to cut interest rates, or for them to announce, hey, because of so and so data, we do see project ourselves having 3 or 4 2 interest rate, or one coming up, or whatever, some bullish, dovish shit like that. That's why they stay important, because it's labor market that they want to hear. Right now, markets are telling us I'm willing to hold long at support. I'm not chasing upside down near resistance. I'm reserving confidence until clear data, which is next week. This is classic pre-catalyst pricing. What the market is pricing: if price breaks range up with conviction, signaling optimism into the weekend, short-term traders at longs. It's not gonna happen. They're gonna keep this. They're gonna keep this price right here. Watch. They're gonna keep this price, whether it be gold, silver, the S&P. The S&P isn't gonna fucking uh, go up again to where it was, and all that shit. It's gonna be right there, and they want you to keep it right there, because that's a crucial area right here. So if you look at the big screen, you gotta look at the big screen. Let's go to your monthly. First of all, this box right here is very important. It's a very strong resistance. It's also where we close a 12 monthly candle. So that price is very strong, and just mentally, emotionally, is very strong to us that are watching this market. That's why this morning, as the market dropped, people would have been panicking here. Traders would have been going for sales. Options would have going for sales, and party are still hoping the market's going to reverse, but it's not. Because right here now, this was a trap. And right here, it's either going to be, if we get the data that we want, especially by mid-Wednesday, we can start fucking recovery on up. And all these fucks that were fucking cut up right here, I gotta end up going for the ride. And then Friday's gonna be your peak point, your emotions. Especially if we've been getting good news, rally news, and the market shoots up in gold and silver. Friday's gonna be like, yeah, and it could be that pullback again, or it could be like, yeah, late center rally and all that fucking bullshit or whatnot. So that's why the market is right here, because especially if you look on Monday, price breaks range down with signaling growth, labor fear, emerging metals outperform crypto. Yep. That's what you're seeing. That's what you're seeing silver and gold in the reds holding the lows. If that data is not what they want to hear with the labor market and whatnot, you're gonna see that more selling, and that selling is gonna create more selling until we get our next support right here. Oh, for silver, it's gonna be your 4,280 to 4,250 in the long term if we do keep having these bad news. And at the end of the day, it is when people start panicking, selling the gold. It is a peak for gold. This is not. We just went to war. We just got into war. We just did a strike. That's worry. That's fear. All this is, you gotta liquidate. You got the market can't just go up, so you gotta liquidate all the people, all these long traders, all these options, whatever it is. You gotta fucking do it. That's how much it works. And then also dollar. Dollar is in a crucial area. Just because I just noticed this, we are on a weekly 50 Fibonacci, and we closed the year right above it. Right. Above it or at, let me see. Yeah, right near it, right below it. Also in the in the 6 monthly, we have a 3 candle box. First one gives you your support, second one gives you your resistance, and then this is telling me, so pay attention to this. You got the dollar, the weekly Fibonacci, right here. We got 3 candle box form. It completed, broke down. Now these next 3 ones are gonna be important. We're either gonna start rejecting on the dollar, resisting below it for the next 2 months. By the third month, it should then have a pullback on down. There'll be half of the 6 month because we're on a 3 monthly candle with it, and then it's a 6 monthly. So that means by to pay attention because the dollar could then have that printing effect and bring it back down. And while silver and gold were breaking on down and selling off, and people were panicking, here comes fucking the 3-4 months into it, and then we start pulling back. The dollar starts fucking coming on down here, complete, and then by the 4.5, 5th month of this year, we could have dollar complete this 3 candle box. It'll be red here. Then they'll start shooting down, and you'll see fucking gold and silver fucking rebound, and shoom, skyrocket even more by the end of fucking 2027. By mid 2026, by what is that gonna be? By May, July, which has some fucking crazy printouts. That's what gold is telling me right now. I mean, that's what the dollar's telling me right now. My bad. That's what the dollar's telling me right now. And then right here, what I keep saying, we're gonna create a head and shoulders. If we do have that bad news, where gold and silver are gonna keep on going on down, create support somewhere here, 4,100. Go for it again. Create a fucking head and shoulders, so it's gonna be a shoulder head, and then either this shoulder is gonna end up completing, or it's gonna be a shoulder. We're gonna go back down. And again, just when the market thing is gonna be it for gold, we're gonna fucking create again and go on up. That's what I feel we could do happening. Or if we keep on having war after war and fear after fear after fear, I could see gold and silver not drop that crazy and just maintain some little fucking support and just keep going up. Especially how silver is. So especially with this data, we get what we want. You're gonna see gold signaling, hey, get ready to find more. And you're gonna see gold create support in that area we're at right now and start gliding on up. Yeah, especially because look right here, we have a 3 candle box forming on the weekly, and especially in a high area away from everything, no other resistance. So similar to this right here, but my all-time high right here. There's 3 candle blocks. And so they play out. The ones that go up. You see, here was another one that is going through. You wait for the 4th one. If the 4th one stays below, especially it goes back depending what time frame you're on. If the first 2 hours or depending whatever stays below it, especially like on a weekly, let's say the first 2 days or first day just stay below it, that would have been your first signal to, hey, get ready for a dumping because the market, blah, 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 blah. Anyways, you have another one right here. You had another one right here, but it most likely ended on a something happened right here because that gap. So something happened over the weekend here that made fucking gold dollar go down with silver and gold go down. But anyways, the fact that you're coming and not just because it's forming making that pattern. It's not just because it's making that pattern. That's never the fucking point. It's just what's happening next week and how it's lined up. Your Wednesday and Friday are gonna be your big hitters. So we're gonna close here in red. The first, let's say the first 2-3 days, we get data that is not benefiting gold or stocks in general, and you see some sort of fake out, drop down even more. But then here comes Wednesday, it picks the market up again, or let's say Wednesday is, draws the market on down, and you see gold and silver still dropping, or start dropping. Especially over Tuesday night, started, and then Wednesday followed through with it with the bad news, and then coming towards your Thursday and Friday, here comes Friday in reverses, and then all of a sudden you see fucking silver close either halfway here or all the way up here, and then the next week after that is gonna be your earnings from the bank. So either we're gonna complete it with this next week and have a shootout on green, or it's gonna close somewhere in here, halfway here, or complete it, and then the bank's earnings, all that bullshit, plus the data, is gonna shoot the market, continue shooting the market up for real this time. But then we're gonna come into earnings with end data again, mixing all together, whatnot, and then along with that war with it. So it's gonna be, and they're gonna try and get you too because they know that they know the money is there. Everything's fucking lined up for the market to fucking blast off. They know that. It's just that that's why they've been consolidating the market in crypto so much and keeping on this fucking pressure that people that don't understand what's happening behind closed door with the banks and everything, how they had to organize themselves. And you're not just gonna come and throw all this shit. You gotta fucking move the market. So then as you're passing these bills and getting organized with the banks and having these talks, you can just move the market and scare people off. Especially if you know, hey, next week the government know what bill you're gonna pass at what time, so therefore you gotta hit your buddies and be like, yo, can you bring it down? We're gonna pass a bill next week, so just shake the market up, whatever, say whatever stupid shit, tweet or something, Coinbase is selling and all that shit. So this is how that shit works. And you see it on tweet and on social, oh, Twitter went down because this is net, this and the crypto, this and that for the, no, it's not. No, it's not. So based on how we have a beautiful fucking 3 candle box, a weekly 3 candle box for silver while it's dropping, and we have this important impact data coming out this next week. This data right here. I'm gonna take you to the fucking right here. This is next week's data. 7th. Important high at 6:15 a.m. What it is: private payroll estimate ahead of Friday's government job report. Why it matters: it can shift rates expectations going into Friday. Fed use not official, but it influences the labor debate narrative. Oh shit! Wait. Oh wait. And then here we have Jobs opening coming out also high importance at 8 a.m. Oh, let me not skip that shit. Job opening, quit, hires, labor demand, work confidence. Why markets care is a clean window into labor demand. Fed use, yes. Labor rebalance matters for the Fed. Let's go on to the next one. Same fucking day also. No, actually, there's Wednesday. Yeah, Wednesday, same day, same day. All these are gonna be Wednesday. So, and then it's very important what it is: services, activity, the biggest part of the U.S. economy. Why markets care. Services inflation components can move rate expectations hard. Fed use, yes. Service inflation is a major focus. So, I mean, we got in Thursday, medium, and then here we have employment situation, Friday, very high, very important at 6:30. What it is, the main job report, payroll and unemployment wages. Why market care? It can reset rate cuts, pricing in minutes. Fed use core input. All right. So then that's why the market right now is also dropping dramatically. They're just positioning themselves right now for what about and could happen next week. So we're either gonna have a wick and then come back down and fail to complete this 3 candle box, or we're gonna have some sort of wick to the bottom the first 2-3 days, and as we get to Wednesday to Friday, after Wednesday, coming to Friday, the market's gonna start rallying up, and with Friday's data could complete it, and we're gonna have green, red, green, and we're gonna close here at $79 with 22 cents, or halfway at $76 with 26 cents. And then that will then bring more investors and to buy gold, buy silver. This is not the peak, and all this shit, and silver and gold are gonna keep on going up. Especially if fucking Trump keeps saying that we're going to war, and we keep seeing more videos and more fear. Because then you're gonna get China involved and Russia involved. So it's gonna cause all this fear in the market. And then with the data that came out, it's gonna pump gold and silver back up again, and you're gonna see more of the news. Or again, it's gonna take a dump, and it's gonna be just a fine opportunity. Because with this guy right here, he's doing this shit on purpose. He's now the dollar isn't they're not doing these fucking moves on purpose. So also you have dollar on a monthly trend line right here. I believe so. What's it? Okay, right there. Let's try right here. Connection, and right there. Right here. Fuck. It's my bad. On top of that, we have a monthly trend line that's been on too. And it's right there too. It's right there. That monthly. So you have that happening at the same time. You have the 50 Fibonacci right here in this area. So we're gonna see dollar pushing up and silver and gold start going down for fucking maybe 1 or 2 months. Third one comes up, starts going down. You then gonna start seeing gold and silver go back up. What you can see is the dollar could be fucking getting weaker these in the next couple of weeks, and then you just start seeing silver and gold stabilizing, consolidating. And as you see the dollar breaking down below that 50 Fibonacci, especially this week, and the next week continues on doing that, you're gonna start seeing gold and silver consolidating. And then by the third week, if we had that print out of money and we have a pullback on down to confirming that now we're not breaking through this month, this weekly 50 Fibonacci, then you're gonna see gold and silver. But again, it could be right now because just how silver is placed, or that could be the first signal of gold and silver telling you, hey, we're gonna start taking a little dump, but we'll be back 2 to 3 months from now. Is a way for us, type of thing. But yeah, guys, this is what we're gonna close for the market. Why the market's closing like this, recovering? Because we have data next week, especially that first Monday. This is where you want to hold. Also, this is where you want to be between here, like I said, because this is before the government opened, and this is after the government opens. I'm pretty sure. This actually knows down here. This is before the government opened. It was after. And right here is your crucial rate of hold. So that's why we want to be above this. Ah, yeah, it's gonna be dope, yo. We gotta see Monday. End up maybe we're gonna be stuck in this area right here. Either Tuesday, Wednesday, then Wednesday, then Thursday and Friday, or Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday type of thing. But it's gonna they're gonna surprise us. Not me. Cause I'm especially with these candles, these 3 candle boxes. Watch. And then all this could be with a thing that is giving me green signs with crypto, and maybe we could have this data could be our data that's gonna fucking make that 6500 go up, is because I keep saying about this shit about Bitmine. Bitmine was telling me that crypto was about to break because Bitmine follows Ethereum. But as I was looking at Ethereum, I was saying in a video, hey, this could be the move. This could be the move to start this little rally. Or what I was gonna do is, because of their next week, it's gonna be another fake out where from today to the weekend we're gonna go up to the peaks, and as we get to the data whatnot, if it's bad for the market, you're gonna see another pullback, and it's gonna be a consolidating range because that's what it is right here. Or you're gonna see a confirmation by next week of Ethereum breaking on up and closing at 3,600 or above. That will be a bully. And what that's giving me the sign is Bitmine, because Bitmine follows Ethereum. They do options on it with it. The fact that I said in my last video, I said Bitmine needs to go to 29 to signal me that crypto or Ethereum, Bitcoin are gonna start rallying, having a little rally. Here's your 29. Put well, you're gonna have a thick resistance right here. 32, 34, and right here at 30. That's what I said. Bitmine needs to go above 30 to show bullishness in the crypto market. Otherwise, we're gonna keep on dumping and whatnot. And I said that Bitcoin, that weekly area, was gonna be its bottom. They're gonna try to keep to this bottom, and after data gets released, they're gonna start breaking from here. Otherwise, next week again, it's gonna bring us back down, depending how bad it is. And if the market does start breaking on down, you will see in this week by Bitcoin finally breaking below this area right here. That's been a hard time breaking below it. And even XRP is telling me, hey, this is our bottom for now. But again, next week is either gonna confirm it or it's gonna fucking be a fake out again and get pulled down again. And if that fear in the market starts, then you'll see Bitcoin, Ethereum, and all of them start fucking pulling back down hard bad tomorrow. But that they all of them, yeah, the fact that XRP and Ethereum are my and Bitcoin are my crypto indicators. And then for the market, the Nasdaq fucking guides me how what's happening really. Yeah, and then so we're gonna form a 3 candle box here for the S&P. We're gonna close here on red right there. It's beautiful. And next week, as I said, we're gonna either have a they're gonna fucking try to they're trying because how can I say this? Like we're trying to understand or break down how I see the market. It's like if you when you playing when you have a rag and let's say some little kid is pulling it or somebody else, you the more you start pulling it hard and whipping it, and let's say you're strong enough where you can get that person and pick them off their toes or their dog, whatever it is. The more you fucking spin that shit harder and harder and harder, the harder it is for that person to fucking grip from that towel or that dog from keeping the grip from letting go of the towel. The more you spin it around, the more you move it around. That whip to it that you give to the towel is like the market. The market gives you all these. It gets easier and easier, but it does these dramatic whips where you can't hold no more, and you sell your stock, you sell your metal, you sell your Bitcoin because it keeps fucking you in more and more to like you can't don't know what the fuck's going on because was supposed to do this on November and then December was supposed to do it, but then it did go. So that's what they're doing with you right here because the real move's about to come. No Diddy. But yeah, people, that's what the market's gonna do. It's gonna close right now, 30 minutes. It's gonna hold there. It's gonna keep the up pressure. Yeah, it's gonna keep that up pressure and just stay there and not go nowhere. Cause now it's you're in and you're out at the same time. You're right in the more in the middle. Yep. All right. So this is Brian Seacrest signing the fuck out, people.